Okay, so here we are again. You'll be able to see it. You can see it starting to gurgle. It's like a drink at McDonald's, you know, and a straw and shit starts to get towards the bottom. You can hear it. So you just kind of, when I just let it go for a couple minutes. But that's how you know when you're at the end. Obviously, that's pretty self-explanatory there, but you can see it trying to get the residue and stuff on the bottom. The good thing about this bucket, this thing that I bought, you know, it's like 2.5 gallons or some shit like that, so it'll hold both engines worth of oil pretty easily. You know, the other thing is, make sure you got a lot of paper towels up here or rags or something, because this can get messy. You know, and you don't want that stuff all over your boat. So yeah, you can still see it's still just trying to suck out some residue, and you can pull it in and out, maybe, you know, stuff it down in there. And yeah, you can. Alright, so we'll call that a day on that one. So shut off the pump, get your paper towels handy. Well, that wasn't very good. Some things you should do with 2 people. Or with both hands, one of the two. And that's it. And that's how you change the oil. That's how you get the oil out of the motors with these Yamahas. So, let me put this stuff down real quick. Okay, so that's how you get the oil out. Really easy. Hardly worth the price that these dealerships are going to charge you. I think my first oil change, you know, I had it done in Missouri because the boat was brand new. I want to say it was like $800 or $900 for them to do, change the plugs, change the oil, all that stuff. And I couldn't believe it. Ridiculous. So that's when I set out to figure out how to do it on my own. And my boat's still under warranty. I still do all my own stuff. I document it. And if I ever have to take it to the dealership, I've got a documentation. I got some sort of record that shows everything that I've done. Not to mention, you know, I put most of my maintenance out on the line so they can even verify it online. So, but that's it. So now the next step is obviously putting the oil back in it. So let me shut the camera off real quick, and I'm going to get my stuff ready to go, and then I'll pick it back up from there. Okay, at this point, this is when you wish you had 2 people, because I always make a mess on this stage. Now, at this point, you should have your dipstick back in. You take out your oil cap. I don't think you can see it, but I got it sitting over here. Now, the fancy part about this little doohicker here is you just kind of turn that blue piece, and it lets the oil come out. But it's just not very easy, and you'll see I'm going to make a damn mess. Okay, there's 1 quart full. Turn the blue handle, and down it goes. But like I said, you know, this is one of those things. It's just the right awkwardness to get in here where you can't maneuver all that well because, you know, we let the motors run and it's hot down there, and so you can't straddle it. I guess you could if you really wanted to, but I don't. So again, 4 quarts, that's what I'm putting in. Just 4 of these little jobs. And then that's how you test your, or you fill up your motor back up again. Now, once you get to 4 quarts, check your dipstick, make sure you're good. And if it's just, you know, let it sit, let everything sit for a little bit. Let it get down to the block, and, you know, just kind of go from there. Okay, there's that. Twist that back up to seal it back up again, and then you fill it 3 more times. So, you know, that's how I do it. You know, if you just got a regular funnel, You can do that. Or if you got someone to help you, these things are great because you can see what you're doing, and normally it's not very messy, but just the way that these are, I make a mess every time. So, I'm going to stop here with one and kind of do a recap here. So, the Jabsco oil pump, that's what I got, 120 bucks, I think, if I remember right. I got it on Amazon. You could get it at any boat store. It's super simple. It's convenient because it stores it for you. You just take it to the auto parts store and you recycle it in their bin, and case closed. It contains it all. The oil, the kind of oil you get, totally up to you. I don't care what Yamaha says. Oil's oil. It comes from the same spot, same place. The pump takes about 7 to 10 minutes to pump all the oil out. And again, it doesn't get everything out, so 4 quarts is what I put in it. And just check it. Let it sit for 3-4 minutes and just kind of check the level with the dipstick. I do believe that's it. Oh, oil filter. I'm not changing the oil filter today. I mentioned that already in this video. But for those that don't know how to do it, obviously it sits right there. Be careful because it might be a little warm. Yeah, this is still good to touch. In theory, you're supposed to be able to take this off, with your hand. You shouldn't need a wrench. You're only supposed to go on there hand tight. But these things are like 25, 30 bucks. And, although the oil looked dark coming out of that hose, it is still pretty clean. I pulled some out, rubbed it in my fingers. There's nothing gritty in there. I did read an article where you can get some magnets, some big-ass magnets, and you can put them on here, glue them on here. And that helps collect metal fragments from the motor, which isn't too bad of an idea. You get some really strong ones over at Lowe's or Home Depot. Glue them on the end or here, whatever. But you take this off, you just twist it. Let's see, this is going to be counterclockwise. Try to move as much stuff as you can. Have a bunch of rags under here because there's going to be oil coming out when you do that. And immediately tip it up towards you so the oil doesn't flow out down to the bottom. And then you just throw it away. Empty it into the container where you dumped your oil in. And then the new one, my dad always taught me, you dump like 2 tablespoons of oil in the new filter. And then with your finger, you rub oil around the little rubber O-ring on the filter before you put it back in. Putting the oil in there helps prevent bubbles and air pockets. And then the oil around the O-ring, when you tighten it up, it just prevents it from dry cracking and sticking and tearing apart, this and that, for when you change it the next time. So that's it. So I hope I covered everything. I'm sure that if I left something out, somebody will let me know. And if I do, I apologize up front. But I think I covered everything from leveling the trailer to the oil, the dipstick, the pump, the brand of oil, the amount of oil. Showed you how to pump it out, how much to take out, how long it takes. I think I covered everything. So I hope that I gave you all enough tools to save yourselves some money on the oil change. It doesn't take that long. If you just get everything together all at once and you knock it out, you can get it done in about 30 minutes, 45 if you just take your time. And you save yourself hundreds and hundreds of dollars. This oil pump paid for itself the first time I did it. So, again, everybody, I hope I answered all your questions, and I'm sorry it took so long to get this thing out there. But I got it. So, any questions? Shoot me a line. Happy boating, everybody, and I'll see you on the next video.